Hello, my name is Dean Covey, and I'm going to show you how to use the voucher batch entry in I-21. Just to be clear, voucher batch entry has nothing to do with batch posting. Batch posting is a method to post all unposted transactions. Voucher batch entry is a method to enter vouchers that are only a single line on the distribution. So to get started, you would click on the voucher batch entry. Let's create a new batch. And from here we can change the accounts payable GL account that we want. And we could type in a reference here that we want. Click down here. And I can search for, as in version 18.1 and newer, I can control how I want to search by. I happen to know by vendor name, so I want to enter Google. So I tab over, so the vendor name popped in for me. So I tab over and I want to hit my invoice, enter my invoice number. And if you notice, the terms automatically came in and the GL automatically came in. And the date, voucher date, and due date all assumed today, and then the due date is calculated based off of the terms. I could type in a description if I like, but I'm going to go ahead and just put in a sample dollar amount. So now I'm ready to enter my next one. Now if you notice, that is the complete invoice number for that. Let's go to Adept. So it tabbed in. So and I'm just making up an invoice number. Now if you notice, the GL did not come in. That's because the vendor does not have the default GL set up. And I can even override the due date. So let's say I don't want to pay this guy until July. And then from here, I can enter my GL date, or my GL account. So I'm just going to pick this one. So, and I just keep tabbing across as I do here. So even if I go back here, I can just tab and then it'll drop to my next line. So lastly, I'm going to enter a voucher for ABC Pools. Enter, tab, and again I'm going to just make up an invoice number. Now if you notice, I did not get terms for this vendor and I did not get a GL account for this vendor. So my columns are shrunk down, but that's okay. I'm going to go with net 15, and again I can overwrite any of these dates. So this is the GL date, the date that's going to hit the general ledger account, and then this is the voucher date, or normally you would call that like the invoice date. And then I'm just randomly picking a GL account. Tab, again, if I wanted to type a description I can, and I'm going to just enter. So I have to save. This telling me that I did use invoice number 1234 for the Google vendor. Would I like to proceed? I'm going to say yes. And Now you see the post button did come up. And if you see here, I can look at my GL distribution before I post if I'd like. Then you hit post. All these are going to post, and it would tell you if you had any known issues to post, or that would prevent this from posting. So you posted and it failed, and if you just had like hundreds and hundreds of vouchers here, you'd be able to scroll through and find your failed ones. Let's see. So now I have 2 batches out here, and then if we go to our vouchers, so here are the 3 vouchers that I've entered through batch posting. So from here, if you wanted, you could call this up and if needed be, you could pay it or even unpost it from here, make your changes, repost it, or go ahead and pay it. That is how you use voucher batch posting.